Guys, at the very outset, I'm going live on YouTube, and like our teaching community all over India, very warm and happy Teachers' Day. It's a momentous day in more than one sense because it's to celebrate the community, which is the bedrock of humanity. And although this Teachers' Day falls on 5th September in India to mark the or to pay homage to our ex-president, Dr. Sropalli Radhakrishnan, it's hardly known to the rest of the world that today could be a significant day for this community. And I wonder whether it is an International Teachers' Day and teaching community all over the globe happens to uh, get a chance to uh, pay respect to themselves, or they are greeted by the community, student communities, and parents communities, wishing them good luck and welfare in their day-to-day struggle or the endeavors at bringing about an effective change in the lives of the learners and the community at large as a consequence. Needless to highlight the significance or to reiterate the important role that our community is mandated to play in any society, and the kind of tough job, the kind of demands that a teacher has to meet on a daily basis, the level of expectations from all corners of the society, and the kind of lofty ideals and all the kinds of you know cherished goals that are set by the stakeholders from the administration, from the management, and of course the parents. They always look forward to the teaching community as only next to the parents, or sometimes they would love to replace themselves by the teachers. And in the formative years, and parents of children, the small children growing children, they really look forward to teachers as a role model, as someone who is always there to take care of their genuine needs, the pestering demands, the unending questioning, the being nagging, and apart from the bookish dissemination of information, knowledge that we are always, we are actually designated for to deliver that. So being associated with this profession and this one of the largest communities uh, from India and the rest of the world, I've always felt a sense of special belonging to not only this professional world, my colleagues, my mates, my learner groups of varying nature, varying needs, and varying levels, also with individualities and uniqueness of each learner or adult. Since I'm dealing with most of the adult learners, their expectations are in contrast to those who are growing up, because they're matured and they always look forward to the teachers as the front runner, as the front of all the resources, and also to be treated as equals, as not as a hostile or rather detached or alienated kind of, uh, in fact, a high order of rapport in which the genuine learning in a conducive environment takes place. And The learners are made to feel as if they're being taken care of in the best possible manner, humanly possible, and their grievances are addressed in a legitimate way, apart from meeting the ongoing or pressing demands of the administration. I mean, management, they always put premium on their students, and their students are the ultimate recipients of the services that we're supposed to deliver. So our job is multi-pronged, and we have to respond to the requirement or the needs of not only the learners we're dealing with, but also all the other sections of societies, because a teacher can be really, really effective in not only shaping, molding, grooming, nurturing, and bucking up, and also, uh, you know, like bringing the raw products or course materials into the finest produce, finest gold-like or gem-like precious stones. So sometimes it's quite unnerving, frustrating, disappointing, because it may be intimidating, sometimes quite challenging, physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, and we could go awry in our very approach, in our thinking, and we are left really out of magic. In fact, we are supposed to have a magic wand, and we are supposed to transform the lives of so many without ever bothering to think of our own well-being, our own inner self, and we happen to be really cornered, because teachers all over the world, they aren't fabulously paid off, in the sense that the genuine concerns are not addressed in the most professional manner, because somehow the society keeps on believing the conviction that the noble creatures, they're born to serve, they're born to reflect, ennoble, elevate. They're the emancipator of the community, the society, and they've got some mantras and a magic. And most of the problems of the learners, are, I mean, the ailments or the ills of society will be automatically fixed. But teachers are also humans with their own pitfalls and hamartia, and they too suffer in their own ways. And there's an end to their endurance level, and there is a genuine craving among the teachers community also of more recognition, better treatment, and modified outlook towards this forlorn and alienated or distanced uh, community, who delve deeper into the psyche of the learners and the parents and their bosses and the higher ups, only to be left on their own most of the time to I mean, it's like languishing in their own world of estrangement, a world of a lofty world, so to say. So whenever it comes to the description of teaching community or teachers, most of the words that come from, they're always bombastic and They're always, expected to set an exemplary messages. And uh, if I have to go by some of the quotes about the teaching community of teachers, I'm really amazed of how teachers have been looked upon as creatures from the other world, and as if they're Martian, they're not earthly, they're ethereal beings, and they never suffer from any crisis in themselves. Anyway, it's one of the noblest of the professions that I'm really fortunate to be born in and to be associated with, to be working with, and majority, most part of my life, I've been able to enjoy and bring out the best, because this profession has brought the best in me and myself. And uh, it may not be quite promising to look at, apparently in India's scenario, because our community, our profession is sometimes looked down upon as one of the last resort, and those unemployed youths who couldn't get into any other professions, they chose to ultimately land in this troubled water. And once they get stuck or get attuned to this profession, they start to evolve themselves into another being, and they learn how to cope up. And somehow, many of the people, including myself, happen to pass by this profession. They never intended to adopt or to really opt for it, but as it fell on their way, and somehow they were destined, or the fortune fell on them, maybe misfortune or fortune fell on them, and they stayed in this profession for the rest of their life. Because once you're into this profession, believe me, you're not going to like any other, because this is not like others. It's quite unconventional. It's quite challenging, intimidating. It's quite demanding, and really excruciating, because sometimes you feel like you're completely drained and exhausted, and you at the receiving end, and society is trying to push you against the wall. But I'd not discourage people not wanting to adopt this profession, because it is lucrative, and it is attracting the best minds, the most intelligent people. And in Western countries, it happens to be a prize profession. And I'm reminded of one of the scenes in which, during this pandemic corona crisis, Angela Merkel, the German head of state, she was walking along with some of the other dignitaries and scientists, and she ushered those scientists behind to come in front, and she said boldly and in a very prominent and pronounced manner that you are our front runners and leaders, and you are the one who paved the way for all that our country is achieving or is going to achieve. So this simple instance really highlights the significant role that us, a community like teaching or research scholars or scholar people, they play. And most of the achievement, the civilization has come to this far only on account of uh, the invaluable contribution made by best minds, the most intelligent and the most hardworking, diligent people on earth, who continue giving out their best without expecting much in return, without hoping to be really paid off in terms of the recognition, the rewards, awards. Unfortunately, there is no Olympic gold medal or an Oscar or sort of achievement rewards and all galore for our community. But believe me, even the good compliments or the satisfaction, the contentment for our learners and smiling face, the radiance in the faces, that goes a long way in instilling faith and confidence in us. And every morning we go to the class with same sort of rejuvenation, day in, day out, hoping to bring about effective transformational changes in the life of our learners. So, uh, in order to highlight the crucial role that this community has to play, and the kind of uh, informational and education information that this community imparts in one way or other, whether it's in its human capacity or with the assistance of the technological intervention or integration with technology these days. But behind every step, you will find that there is a man struggling, and he's trying to push the boundaries and trying to go beyond the thinking out of the box, and meeting new challenges on a daily basis. So I'm proudly privileged to have contributed some of my years or some of my life's precious years towards delivering and disseminating information and knowledge, imparting knowledge in any capacity, in any institution, in any group, any part of the this globe. And no wonder I'd love to continue contributing the way I have been doing. Congratulations to every individual in any capacity who has been delivering, who has been imparting the valuable uh, and the valuable piece of education knowledge, and have been uh, helping out those struggling with the acquisition of the language, the acquisition of the skills, maybe life skills, maybe technical skills, maybe other skills. Uh, it's wonderful being one among this community, the valued community, and I congratulate everyone once again. See you, bye bye. See you one day. Thank you so much for tuning in to me.